the history. Thank you for the history.
Hello everyone. So my name is Melissa Bergstaller. I'm the founder and CEO for Dear Cannabis. This is one of my best friends and partner and CMO, Kelly Carlton. Hi. We don't talk in public often, so if we're awkward, we apologize. We prefer to be behind the scenes. Dear Cannabis started back in May 2020. I got in the industry in distribution and sales and built a pretty big network of operators across the supply chain. I worked with a lot of great brands and distributors and retailers. And when I heard about SB 34 and that we could legally donate free cannabis again, as long as we followed all the regulations and rules and it was tested just like normal medicine. So I called a friend and he donated trim that was just collecting dust in his back room. The extractor that I was selling, their brand, donated the extraction. I went and bought the syringes and the bags because you didn't need a license. We got the stickers donated, and then we got the testing donated, and all of a sudden we had 1,100 grams of a full year COA, clean, 100% free RSO.
Nice job.
So thank you. So we connected with Padre Mu, Aaron, Sweetie Joe, Ryan at Operation EVAC, and we're able to get the medicine out to a couple retailers. And needless to say, I was obsessed. So as I was creating the project, I lost my mom to breast cancer when I was 6. I was gifted her journal, which after reading, which was super hard, I found out that cannabis had helped her a lot through her chemotherapy and bone marrow transplant. And so our logo is actually my mom's handwriting out of her journal, and it's on every piece of medicine. And it's probably the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. But you know, how everything works is that we decided that it could be a forethought instead of an afterthought of something expiring or something that didn't test high enough, or maybe the packaging didn't work out. So we really start from the top to bottom and have created this open source network where we get donations from cultivators, whether it's flower or biomaterial. Then we find transport that's donated from another license, and then we get the co-packing or the extraction donated. We have sticker companies who've provided labels. Kelly and her boyfriend print a lot of labels.
Gone through a couple of printers.
Yeah. We get sponsorship on the packaging, and then we have an amazing network of testing facilities that donate the compliant testing. And we co-brand each label with all of our partners to really highlight the work being done to create this medicine, right? Because it was something that I thought would be cool that I realized, like, oh shit, we can do this. And everybody wants to do it. So we've been trying to just talk to as many people as we can and really work throughout the supply chain to empower other groups to learn how to compliantly make this happen. And we realized once we started creating a lot of medicine, we're like, oh shit, well, we have a lot of medicine. Not a lot of retailers really understand how to set up a compliant program in Prop 64 with all the regulations constantly changing and the tax liability, and do I need to hire somebody in my dispensary? Like, I think the guy said he paid 14 grand to set up this program. I'm like, dude, you should have came to us. But
Could have got it for 10. No, just kidding.
So we put our heads together, and my amazing partner Kelly popped out this beautiful 9-page SOP that I'll kind of let her talk about because it was her hard work.
And thank you for that. And thank you guys for having us here. It's like truly an honor to speak, and the fact that this many people are showing up for compassion just is amazing. And thanks to Joe for the wonderful introductions as well, and Green Wings, we can't wait to hear from you guys. But yeah, when we got to this, we realized that the industry was kind of fragmented around compassion, and that yes, everybody wanted to get involved, but they didn't necessarily understand the way to get involved. And I think there's a lot of operators here that understand that there's so many different bodies, now we have one, thankfully, that you have to go to and decipher that information, and there's so much on the line with your licensing. So what we did is we just put our heads to work, and we just went through every information that we could find on SB 34 and presented it in a way that was like, here, take this plug and play program. We're working with the DCC right now to figure out if everything in there is to date the right information, And really what we want to do is make it as easy as possible for anybody who has a retail delivery service that wants to operate in compassion to have the tools to do so. And then on the opposite side of it, we're so blessed to have over 100 licensed partners throughout the supply chain from cultivation to retail that we're able to get this medicine through and into patients' hands. So to date, we've done over 25,000 products in our supply chain. We couldn't absolutely take credit for it at all. It's the love and the labor of all of our partners. And you know, we are surprised every day when another person calls us and says, hey, we have a resource to offer. And I think that's what it's about, is about unifying the supply chain for good. And that's what we can all do. If we work together, we can take back 215. We can have that mentality be the priority of our industry again. We just have to do a little work. But I think people are starting to hear us, and we're banging on enough doors, and we got a team of people who are ready to put in the work. And so I think our biggest thing is like, what if you guys want to know? What are your questions? How can we facilitate something to make it easier for you guys to get involved and operate in it? That's why we're here. And so if anybody has any questions, like, we just want to open up the floor and see what you guys have. And if not, it's A-okay. But I know it's a lot of unanswered questions. And, you know, we might not know all the answers, but we're definitely here to be advocates and help. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we can do Q&A at the end.
I think where we're starting to hit now is capacity. So obviously, as Joe's mentioned, you know, we don't get normal funding like nonprofits and other business. Unfortunately, because it's 280E and it's a federally illegal drug, we are not considered eligible. So
we're plant touching. We should mention that.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different.
So I think where we're heading is hopefully working with the DCC to create some kind of special license that Meadow was mentioning to be able to operate, because now I'm at the point where I have 7 projects in process, but I'm also have 8, 9 different emails of people trying to donate 1,000 pound of flour, or they want to donate transport, or they want to donate a test. And I could do all these things, but I also have to pay my bills. So I have a day job. And I'm lucky enough to work with Herbal Distribution, who has been a huge help and works with a lot of these organizations and has come in clutch getting medicine to stores with events. But really having the whole industry organize a way where we can all work together, because it's a lot of waste. It's packaging that's sitting in your back office. It's a couple of hours on the weekend. I mean, we've been able to go into facilities and sticker our late nights and weekends, but I mean, there's a better way that can scale. And so anyone who wants to talk, anyone who wants to connect, we're always open. Yeah.
And any insights you
I
have
don't have a
too.
store, but I got an idea. It's happening.
No, we love that. And
Yeah, we love that.
Done like 5 minutes ago.
We like to whiteboard, so we can always whiteboard it. But we just appreciate the space. None of what we're doing would be possible without our partners. And it wouldn't be possible without the work done by the advocates who paved the way before us. So we're super grateful to be a part of the community, and I just appreciate the space to celebrate my mom in this way. So, yeah. Thank you guys.